First of all, I'd just like to introduce myself. My name is Alistair Brown. I'm Operations Manager of Techotel. Techotel provides a PMS system called Picasso, and I've very, very generously given you a brochure there to look at. We've been going 38 years now. We've developed a system, as I say, Picasso, and obviously with Brian talking about how the future is evolving. What I'm going to focus on today is what our future guests will expect, how it will change, how the generations will change. It's interesting to see out there, you know, that I was teaching Picasso and to the future generations of hotel receptionists at Baldoyle Training Centre. And it was really, really interesting to sort of see their perspective of what they wanted to see, of what they expect. We've got different generations through here. I mean, in fact, you know, parents are ringing me up saying how excited they are about coming to this to sort of see what's changing. I got a phone call last night from a parent saying, Alistair, David is really excited, really excited about the Expo. What time can he come? And I said, well, to be honest, David's 36 years old, a deputy general manager, so he can make up his own mind. But anyway, okay, so first things first. What I really want to do is focus on the generations, the different generations over what we have at the moment, the near future, and further down the line. So what I'll do, I'll focus on the different generations that we all use. Baby boomers born roughly between 1946 and 1960. It's my parents. It's probably the most influential generation ever known to man. They have witnessed post-war generation, the flower power. It's a pivotal roles, Woodstock, Vietnam War. They expect change, so they accept change. They've seen change in all walks of life. And over the last couple of decades, the technological changes has just been one of those changes that has just happened. They've accepted it. It happens. But it seems that they still appreciate hands-on hospitality. And from what Brian was saying, you know, he was saying that in Ireland specifically, that they're hanging on to this this thing that the Irish market is renowned for, which is great hospitality. You speak to anybody who comes into the Irish market, and they will say, the Irish hotels. You know, you're always expected a good welcome there. That's the baby boomers. That's what they expect. They did not grow up with the technology. It wasn't running their lives. They grow up making phone calls on phones with cables, having to go down the road to use the public phone box to phone their mate. If you were going to be late, it was tough. They wrote letters. They had strong interpersonal skills. But yet they, as they get older, they're late acceptors. They accept change. They accept technology as part of their life. They can use cell phones. Sorry, that's American. They can use mobile phones and tablets. But it's for productivity. It's not part of life. That develops further down the line. My parents, for example, they're all open to new ideas, yet they still like the welcome. They still like the pretty smile. They still like going into a hotel and expect to be met face up. And that's the baby boomer generation. So in terms of technology for these, we're in the right place. We have receptionists. We have the welcome smile. We can use that to attract the baby boomers. Yes, they're generally wealthier. They're at their past retirement age now. And that's what they expect. They expect the smile. Next, Generation X, the lost generation. Born between 1965 and 1980. They're lodged between the two big generations, the baby boomers and the millenniums. Today, they are today's leaders. Leo Varadkar, Liz Truss, Justin Trudeau, all Gen Xers. They embrace technology. We all remember a time before the internet, before the availability of information at our fingertips. We had to go out and find the information we needed. But now technology has become part of our everyday life. We accept change, but we just find it going a little bit too quickly. We just find it that little bit too much. The generation is, we haven't quite reached the stage where we're totally comfortable with it. We still need, as Brian said, we still need that link. We still need the personal touch. But we do, as I say, we do accept change. It's just going a little bit too. So we are, myself included here, we are the lost generation. We lived through pre-internet. We had to go out, we had to get the information. But we have seen it and we've witnessed it and we lived through it. The biggest influential invention into the history of man, arguably, the internet. We have accepted it, we have embraced it, and we have changed with it. So then we move on to the millenniums. Everybody knows the millenniums, okay? The righteous, the me generation, because they want it all. They're known as confident, go-getters, entitled, but also very depressed. They're all about working smarter, not harder. And yes, so a combination of the two. Yes, they want technology. Yes, they want it now. Yes, they're entitled. Yes, they will go out and get it. But they embrace the technology and they want something now because they deserve it, according to them. And finally, Generation Z, the unknown, roughly 95 to 2012. Generation is the growing up generation. Next 10 years, we will see these Gen Zs, right, taking the lead. At the moment, they're 8 to 23. They will take the lead. These are the next leaders. We have got to look to the future. As an industry, we've got to embrace what they want. This is the first generation where information has been at their fingertips since birth. They haven't had to look for anything. They haven't had to go out and search for anything. They don't want to have to bother themselves in looking and actually working for information because it's all there. It's part of the DNA. It's in their homes, their education. It controls their very social life that they exist on. I mean, you'll recognize Gen Zs by the tops of their heads. It's, as I say, it's the first generation where the internet technology at the fingertips. They've just been exposed to this mass of change, this mass of technology, and they embrace it and they want more. They hunger for it. The use of mobile technology is now exponentially growing. As they get older, it's getting more and more and more through their own fingertips. They don't want confrontation. They don't want to go up to somebody and ask a question. They want to be able to get it there and then. They don't want to wait in a queue. They don't want to have to talk to somebody. They don't have to wait and demand on somebody else to get them information. It's there. They want it. They're so used to this mobile phone in front of them, we're attached to them, that they can get information directly, straight away. The use of the internet is their very being and has been since birth, and that's the most important thing to remember about these people. These youngsters, 8 to 23-year-olds, are the next generation. Brian was talking about how it's evolving, how we still need to hold on to this in the future with this. We still need to hold on to the Irish way of hospitality. But Gen Zs aren't bothered. They want it there and then. They don't want a queue. They don't want to have to risk talking to somebody. God forbid if they had to go into a queue and wait for some information that they might have to find out. They want it there and then. So where does it leave us? Where does it leave us in terms of technology in our industry? It seems we focus on self-service. We seem to be evolving and have evolved from the reception desk. And we're now, as Brian had nice pictures, I would have stolen them, but it's a bit late for that. He showed us how we're currently evolved from the 11 o'clock p.m. waiting for one customer to come in. It costs €15 an hour for somebody to sit there and wait for a customer to come in to manually check in. How do we got that? How do we get past that? Technology, self-check-in. Gen Zs don't want that. They don't want to use a system. They want it already done for them. They want to be able to say, right, okay, I've done that now, no problem. I don't want to go onto a system. I don't want to go onto a PC. I don't want to, but this is the next generation. We need to start looking. 40% of millennials prefer talking with a chatbot over a customer agent. Gen Z, and it's going up to 60%. They don't want to speak to people. They don't want to go up to somebody and say, "Excuse me, can I get help with this?" They don't want the confrontation. They're more comfortable accessing their own information through their own device. They want to solve their own issues. They embrace AI, and this is where I'm going. This is where slowly I'm heading towards. Gen Zs, they're shunning self-service desks. They want to use bots and mobile devices over actually having to physically do something like wait in a queue, use a machine, get this out of it. They want everything on their mobile phone straight up. So what is going on? What's the difference as we move from millenniums, our target market, the millenniums, to the Gen Zs? It's moving on. What they don't want is to have to go here, use this system here, use this system here for cleaning. They don't use this system for checking in. They want to use this system. They want one system. They want to do it all, and they want it done there and then. They don't want to wait. There's just a few statistics there. They want systems that empower themselves to help themselves. And I think that is quite important. That is the most important line I'm going to use. They want systems that empower them to help themselves. So by 2030, it sounds decades away. 2030, it's only 7 years away. 7 years, Millennium and Gen Z will be the largest adult consumer groups in the country. 7 years. That's it. Gen Xers will heading toward retirement. Baby boomers, sorry, Dad. But what can we expect? They are now entering markets for all industries. The Gen Zs are altering the trends set by millennials. Millennials are me, I want. Gen Zs are, no, I don't need you. Thank you very much. I want to be on my own. I want to do it myself. And as such, they will demand new technologies. And they want the newest, the best, and they don't want to go looking for it. So, just to briefly run through these, what Gen Zs are. They're embracing this digitization. They're embracing this lack of contact, physical face-to-face meetings. They're more used to using Facebook to do everything for them. Communication, bookings, reviews. One system does one thing and does everything for them. They don't want to go looking between one system and another system. They have such a short attention span. If something doesn't work, they disappear. They're not interested. They won't wait. But they're so influential on each other. Word of mouth. You can look at the statistics. Gen Zs are so quickly to criticize, so quickly to tell their friends. They don't care. They don't seem to care. I mean, this is very generic, but they don't seem to care about using review sites. What they do is use their own word of mouth. They will tell one person will tell 7 people. Each of those 7 people will tell 7 more people. It's all word of mouth, or in fact, it's all through their social networks. With Gen Z constantly demanding that their wants be met, the hospitality industry is undergoing a subtle revolution to accommodate their dynamic tastes and preferences. So, this is my bit. What is the future? Okay, so we've touched on our markets, our people. So how do we focus? What do we invent? What do we bring to the market to meet the demands of the millennials and the Gen Zs of tomorrow? Mona. Ta-da! Yes, I had to put in my sales pitch. Okay, so at Picasso, what we decided to do is get a step ahead of Mark. We know how people react. We know people want to be able to do everything there and then. There is a problem at the moment, labour shortages. Mona solves that. Guest service, there's nobody waiting around anymore. Reduces staff costs. It basically, what Mona does is take away everything a receptionist does. I can feel the daggers here. So it's designed to provide the best possible digital, and that's the most important word here, digital contact between the hotel and the guests. So wherever the reservation comes from, be it through the PMS itself, somebody on the phone, Picasso online, off your website, booking.com, Expedia, any third-party booking engine, as soon as it goes into the PMS, that's the human interaction gone. You don't need to do it anymore. Gen Zs love it because they will be taken up, they will be contacted immediately saying, thank you very much. Hello, Alistair. We look forward to welcoming you. You can now pay for your up-and-coming stay with us regarding reservation number 1398. Please use the following link. They don't even need to think about it because that's from Picasso. That's not somebody typing an SMS going, oh, I'll do this. They don't even need to think about it. Mona or Picasso then sends out when does the check-in for prepayment. Enclose, they do mobile payment module, which I just mentioned, and it also posts on the guest folio. On the day of arrival, the guest will get a key code for the front door. The room is already allocated prior to this. They can download apps if you're using Salto, Tessa, Smart Air, Vincar, Bluetooth, Vision Line, any or mechanical locks. Or what we've got at the moment is the QR code. So it downloads the QR code onto their phone. So now they've now not only made the booking, they've allocated the room. The room is now cleaned automatically through an app by the housekeeping staff. Mona and Picasso know the room is clean, so it allocates the room. It can cut the key for you. And then it sends an SMS on the morning welcoming your future guests to the hotel. So far, the receptionist has done nothing. So this is the text message. So if they've got a key code on the front door, they get the key code. The guest Wi-Fi password is there. Your registration card is emailed to you, so you can automatically fill that in. If you're hungry, it tells you to click here. And hey, they can order their tea. They don't even have to do that because on Mona sends them out today's menu. What it does, they can order their tea, they can send the menu down through their mobile from their room, and hey, they don't need to do anything. But this is all digital. There's no human interaction here whatsoever. Then after a couple of days, time to check out, morning, they get a message saying, thank you very much for your stay. Here's your bill, pay for it here. Thank you very much, and goodbye. The guest walks out. Okay? Can you give it 2 seconds? I'll just finish this, yeah? So the checkout, Mona sends the invoice. So if it's through a company, that's already pre-planned. Mona sends the invoice to the guest by the email. There's no waste paper, no wait for emails. It just sends it directly. So what does it do? It takes everything away from you, manages your OTA, basic reservations, sends out confirmation with check-in, posting of the rooms, room payment with split bills, credit cards, or invoicing. Everything that a receptionist is spending their time doing. So it's basically I'm going to finish, and I'll take your question now. But what can we do for you? It's completely bespoke as to how your hotel works, as to how Mona works. But thank you. I hope my explanation of how the generations differ, and I hope I didn't bore you to tears with Mona. But thank you very much. All right.